Hello, CS scholars. Take your English students book and today we will do Unit 4, The Old House, and that is a poem. Let's begin. Unit 4, The Old House. Children, when we see something good or bad, we start characterizing that things. Whether a living being is there or a non-living being is there, we start giving symbols or sign or some mark to that thing. Look at this white box, children. The big idea. Even buildings have a character. Some of them look friendly and some may look scary. Now, children, here buildings. Buildings also have character. Character means qualities that a person or a thing has. Now, here we can see the building is scary or the building is tall. Like this, we can give the signs or symbols. Now look at this picture, children. Here, a house is given and you have to write 5 words when you see this house. If I want to give 5 words, I can say clean. Yes, the house is clean. Simple, peaceful, neat. Yes, big also. So I started characterizing the house. Now, in this poem is written by Meera Oberoi. Now let's see what's in the poem. Okay, children, take out page number 43. Children, this poem is about a boy and an old house. And every day when he goes to school, on his way he sees that old house. And how he feels about that old house, let's see in this poem. There are 5 stanzas. See the first one. The house stood on a lonely hill that overlooked the town, and every day as I passed by, I felt its evil frown. Children, that old house stood on a lonely hill, and from that hill we can overlook the town. Overlooked means able to view something, and from that hill we can see the town. And every day as I passed by, I felt its evil frown. And children, whenever that boy passed by that old house, he felt that the house is an evil frown. Evil means when something is wrong, which is very unpleasant, and frown. Frown means it is a facial expression. It is an expression of anger. Frown means when you bring your eyebrows closer together and some lines appear on your forehead. So it is a facial expression. So the child felt like that about that house. I passed it on my way to school and on my way back home. And in the eerie evening light, the house looked like a tomb. Children, when that boy goes to school and when he come back home, and in the evening, that evening looks like an eerie evening light. Eerie means strange and frightening. And in that evening night light, the house looked like a tomb. Tomb means a building built in the memory of that dead person who is buried under the ground. Buried means when you dig the ground and you put something inside the ground and you cover the surface, and above that surface you build a building in the memory of that dead person. So in that strange and frightening evening, the house looked like a tomb. The children all played in its grounds and in the shattered room. But I would never go in, though the flowers were all in bloom. Children, all the other children liked to play near that house, and they all went inside the shattered room. Shattered means broken rooms, and they played together. But this boy never go inside the house, and even though the flowers were all in bloom. Bloom means when flowers which are fully open. During the daytime, that child doesn't want to go inside the house. And then one day bulldozers came. They knocked the old house down. It stood no longer on the hill with its wicked frown. Children, one day bulldozers came and they knocked that old house. Knocked means they hit the house repeatedly, and now the old house is no longer on that hill. Wicked means which is morally wrong or bad. Now that old scary house was not there. This is scary for this child. And now the strangest thing is that I miss the big old house. The high-rise building in its place wouldn't scare a mouse. Now children, here in this last stanza, the poet wanted to say that this child misses that old big house, and at the same time he has a relief sign also, because now that old house would not scare him, and in that old house's place a high rise building was built. High rise means a tall building was built. Now the child was not afraid of that old house, but at the same time he misses that old big house. So children, don't be scared. Live happily. Okay children, take out page number 45. Appreciation. What is appreciation? To recognize or to understand something. Now today we will understand what is personification. When human qualities are given to non-living objects is called personification. Now see children, this example. The sun smiled at us. Now children, here in this example, smile. Smile is a human quality. So this human quality is given to the sun. The sun can't smile. So here this human quality is given to the sun. So sun is personified. See the another example. The tree was yawning. Now we humans and animals yawn. Here this quality, human quality, is given to the tree. Can you imagine? Can a tree yawn? No. So here the tree is personified. See the third example. The tree caught a kite. Now caught. Caught is a past tense of catch. Now catch is also a human quality, and this quality is given to the tree. So here also in this example the tree is personified. Last example. The fire swallowed the forest. Now here children, swallowed. Swallow is also a human quality, and this quality is given to the fire. Can a fire swallow something? No. Here it means the forest was burnt. So here this qualities, human quality, is given to the fire. Now children, from your poem, these two lines are given. The house stood on a lonely hill. I felt its evil frown. Now children, here the house, it is a non-living object, and this object is given a human quality, that is an evil frown. See, this, a facial expression, and this quality is given to the house. So the house is personified. Children, why should we use personifications? Because it creates a strong picture in reader's mind. Uh, For example, see here, can a tree catch something? No. So the tree caught a kite. It gives you a strong picture. So for this purpose, we use personifications. Children, in your textbook on page number 45, exercise A is given. In that exercise, you have to find the personifications. And Try to solve this exercise. I will be giving you the notes. Bye bye. Good day.